Good afternoon, folks. Welcome here to South Central Pennsylvania. This is Craig Snyder. I'm a yoga instructor for the YMCA of York County, York, PA, Eastern Branch primarily. And we are going to do some yoga here this evening. It's not the cure for all ills, but it's a nice way to calm yourself into an evening, nice way to just get a little bit relaxed before going into bedtime and having just a nice evening. And with that, we'll get started. Proud to be part of the YMCA, and I'm glad they're offering these classes and the opportunity to enjoy them. Hopefully you are enjoying them, and here we go. Feet comfortable width apart, and I'm just kind of patting my feet on the floor, just getting the feeling of feet on the ground, on your mat, in your space. Just coming to center, I'm going to start to turn and twist upper body. Just letting it flow, free flow, swing and twist. Just loosening up and relaxing. Maybe a little bigger with each twist. And just coming back to center. I'm going to start to bounce lightly. Just nice flexible knees. I'm bouncing and shaking. I'm letting my arms and hands flop. I'm going to start letting my neck relax and be loose. Just shaking out some tension. We're all experiencing a lot of tension in these days, so it's good to get rid of what you can. I'm getting a little more animated with each bounce. Staying feet on the floor, though, not coming feet off the floor. And coming back to calm. Going to take the feet just a little bit wider. We're going to do some standing cat-cows, or maybe call them power-ups. We're going to inhale and reach arms back and out to the side. Nice full inhale. And on your exhale, I'm rounding my back forward, sitting down into a squat and reaching hands forward. And I'm going back and forth. Inhale, powering up. Exhale, rounding back, arching, reaching forward. Inhale and stretch. Exhale and contract. Inhale and extend. Exhale and contract. Inhale and extend. Exhale and arch. Inhale, extend. Exhale and arch. Inhale, extend. Exhale and arch. Inhale, extend one more time. And now I'm just going into forward fold. Nice soft knees. Let everything be heavy. Let it relax. Let the weight of your arms hold your upper body closer toward the floor. I'm crossing my hands at my elbows. I'm not holding on to my arms. I'm just letting them rest. Knees are soft so that your back releases and relaxes. Neck is loose so that your head is hanging with gravity. Arms are crossed to add a little bit of weight in pulling those shoulders toward the floor. Get a nice cervical spine stretch here. Releasing hands and rolling up to halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale and fold. And rolling up to stand, nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. Head and neck are last to come up. Coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet are about hip width apart. 2 hands between your feet if you're not sure the width of your hips. Thumbs can be forward or palms forward. And just closing my eyes, letting my body settle into a relaxed stance, but a strong stance. I have a little bit of flex in my knees, so I'm able to move side to side, constantly working on balance here. I'm feeling all 4 corners of my feet. Eyes are closed, and I'm just breathing. Trying to balance the weight across all the soles of my foot. Slowly open eyes and take arms overhead as you inhale. Nice full inhale. Let your right hand fall behind your head to your left shoulder. Let your left hand fall behind your head to your right shoulder. And I'm going to bring those elbows back and open up that front side body. Trying not to arch my back too much here. Trying to stay a little bit upright, but bring those shoulder blades together by bringing the elbows apart. Inhale, take arms overhead, bring your hands down by your side. And extend your right arm out to the side, fingers pointing up. And then lower that hand about 4 o'clock on the face of the clock. 8 o'clock if it's on the other side. And I'm letting my right ear fall to that right shoulder. I'm going to move my head back and forth, tilting my left ear to my left shoulder, and feel the stretch in the nerve in that right arm. Feel it radiate through your shoulder and your elbow out into your wrist. I'm going to go back and forth a couple of times, releasing the stretch in the nerve. Left ear back to left shoulder to feel that stretch radiate and pull that nerve through the muscle fibers in your arm. Come back up to center, release that arm, and left arm goes out. Fingers up. I like to start out at the side and then just lower that arm slightly. You might want to move your hand up or down a little bit if you're not feeling that tingly nerve radiating sensation in your shoulder and your elbow. Going left ear to left shoulder towards that extended arm to start. And then nice and slow, move over to the other side and feel that nerve stretch. Nice tingly feeling. It's an odd sensation, but it's good for your nerves, it's good for the muscle. And a little bit of tingling never hurt anybody. Left ear to left shoulder. One more time back to stretching that nerve. Bring your head back up to center. Bring your hands out to the side, fingers pointing up, and make small circles moving forward. Keep the tension out of your shoulders. Don't lock your arms out. You'll fatigue really quickly. Keep a little bit of flex in that elbow. Fingers pointing up, and my head is loose, and the neck is loose, and shoulders are pretty relaxed. In reverse direction. Just warming up the shoulder, getting some synovial fluid moving around in the joints. Point fingers down to make bigger circles. And then reverse that direction, doing forward circles, big circles. Fingers are still pointing down. And release. We'll come back to those in a little bit. We're going to cross your right arm across your body, left hand against that right elbow, and I'm pulling the elbow in. Chin is up out of the way. You can use the wrist, forearm to pull that elbow in. I'm feeling the stretch in this upper head of here of my shoulder, that top edge of that muscle, all the way around the backside of that deltoid. And then switching sides. Chin up out of the way. And release. Feet are a little wider apart and fold forward. Left elbow resting on that left knee. Right arm is hanging. Just full gravity, just working on that arm, pulling and stretching in the shoulder joint. Stirring a pot. Anyone familiar with P90X? Who's familiar with Tony Horton doing pot stirs? It's a nice stretch, dynamic stretch, loosening, relaxing, moving fluid around in the muscle and the joint of your shoulder. And then I'm switching sides. You can move these in either direction. You can rotate in or out, or you can do both. Switch it up if that feels good. And then coming back to stillness. Coming up and feet coming back to about hip width apart. Take arms out to the side. Again, relaxed. Small circles forward. Keep the right arm going forward. Take the left arm back. Doing opposite circle directions. Arm for arm. And reverse. Switch them around. You have to make your brain work. Brain and body work together. You need to keep that brain exercise as well in reverse. Kind of a wobbly feeling. And then reverse last time. And release. Extend your left hand out in front. Relaxed elbow. One finger at a time. I'm using my right hand and I'm pulling my pinky in towards my body. Just a nice little stretch there. And I'm going to the ring finger and pulling that one in. Nice little stretch. And middle finger, pulling that in. Nice little stretch. Again, that nerve can get a stretch here. So you might feel tingly depending on the finger. Some people feel in the ring, some in the middle. And then index finger pulling forward or back towards your body rather. And then I'm including the thumb, but the thumb I'm taking out to the side and in towards my shoulder. Flat palm against flat palm. And I'm extending that left arm so the elbow is really straight and feeling a stretch in the forearm. Release, and other side. Left hand is going to pull on the right fingers. Pinky. And ring. And middle. And index. and thumb. Palm to palm, straighten the right arm. Really get a nice push forward with that palm, and a nice stretch in the forearm. And release. Interlace your fingertips and roll wrists around in figure eights. Just continually rolling them forward, flipping and roll, flip and roll, flip and roll. Release those fingers, and I'm shaking out the wrists. Come to the front of your space or the front of your mat. Feet are hip width apart, pretty standard. 2 fists between your feet. Inhale, arms overhead. Add just a little back bend here. And then fold forward. Exhale as you fold. Exhaling on the downs and inhaling on the ups. We're going to inhale and halfway lift. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. I'm just filling up with air. I'm using this as a little breathing cursor here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Getting the feeling of using my lungs with intention. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. This time hands come down. Take that right foot and step it back. Hands are down on the floor. I'm going to slide this left foot back and I'm in high plank. Elbows will stay in nice and close. Going to lower all the way to the floor, and knees are available anytime you need them. Just come all the way to the floor. We're going to come up in 3 sets of Cobra here. We're going to do it in very gradual progression. Feet are together. Elbows will stay bent. Belly button stays on the floor. Coming up just slightly. Baby Cobra. And lower. Not staying in these long. Coming up halfway. Teenage Cobra. Belly's off the floor. Elbows are still bent though. Bringing elbows in nice and close. And lower. And then Adult Cobra coming up. Straighter arms. You can keep arms bent. Lower back, if it's tight, bent elbows will help. If your lower back is loose, you can straighten those elbows. Come back onto your knees and let your upper body come down to the floor. Your forehead can touch. You don't want to keep elbows up right now. Bring that weight shift back forward into that Cobra. Coming back onto knees and upper body, forehead settling down to the floor. It's a modified child's pose. Shift weight forward, coming back into that Cobra one last time. And this time come back on the knees, but we're going to push toes into the floor. You can bring knees in a little closer if you feel stretched out too far. And you're going to set weight back on your heels, pressing toes into the floor, feeling the stretch in your toes and your feet. Pushing down into those toes so you can lift hips straight up toward the ceiling into downward dog, and we'll walk that out. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg. Walk this just a couple more times, bending knee, straightening other leg. Then we're going to come back down onto knees and transition onto your bottom. We're going to start out with Sukhasana, cross-legged, easy seated. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale and just fold forward. I'm letting my body be relaxed. I'm not trying to stay rigid. I'm letting my chin fall towards my knees, towards my chest. Coming back up. We'll go into a little more stretch with that, reaching arms overhead, staying nice and tall in posture, sitting up, chin as high as it leads us forward into that fold. May only come to about here. Keep that chin up, pull your belly in. Collarbones are proud, nice and high, nice and tall. As long as that chin is up, you can walk hands forward. Each exhale, maybe you get a little more into that fold. And then walking hands back up. You're going to uncross the right leg and take it out to the right side. Your body is naturally wanting to pitch off to the left. We'll do that in a minute, but for right now, I'm sitting up. I'm trying to sit up nice and tall. There's a little bit of curve here. The skin on my left side feels tighter than the skin on my right side. I'm trying to balance that out a little bit. Maybe hold hands here on that belly so you can feel the muscles move and adjust. Very nice. I'm going to uncross and cross that right leg back. We're going on to the other side. Left leg goes to the left. Same thing, body wants to pitch out. Try to sit up a little taller. You might be able to use your right hand pressing down on the floor to shift that weight a little bit more center, so shoulders stack over hips. This evening is going to be a slow flow, accessible for anyone. And coming back to cross. I'm going to take the right leg back out again. And this time, I'm turning my upper body to the left. Hands are on the floor, and it'll walk, hands out until I'm upper body lying down towards the floor. Maybe getting all the way to chest on floor. If you don't get all the way down, don't worry about it. You're still getting a nice little hip twist, a nice little stretch here in the sacroiliac, and lower back joint. Walking hands back up and just switching sides. It's a nice hip opener. It's a nice knee flexion here. You're putting some lateral pressure on knees, but not a lot. Kind of within their natural range of motion here. Shouldn't be too painful on knees. If it is, knees bent, coming up here, and just let them drop over to the side as far as they'll go as a modification. Otherwise, we're going to go into that hands to the right and walk hands out, lowering that upper body. I'm just settling into the breath in this. Breathing in, filling up, the air go on each exhale. Walking hands back up. Cross those legs again. I'm right hand dominant, and I'm typically right foot over top of left. I want you to uncross and cross in the opposite cross. I'm going left over top of right, and it feels awkward. The body is trained to be where it goes naturally, and it tends to be single-sided for most people. We're going to inhale, reach arms overhead, and exhale, forward fold. Feel the difference in that stretch in different parts of your legs. You'll find imbalances that way. Certain muscles are a little longer than the other because of the dominance of your stride. You tend to push off of one foot, one leg will tend to be stronger. A lot of people will have some amount of pelvic tilt and a little shorter leg on one side than on the other. You'll feel that in this fold. Not saying that this will fix a discrepancy in length in your leg, but you can get some better balance in your body by isolating, understanding, identifying the imbalances, and then working on them. And the way that you work on these, just cross your legs in the opposite cross and just go into a fold. Maybe stay a little longer on the awkward side. And walking hands back up. From here, we're going to transition onto all fours on your mat. Hands are going to be under shoulders, knees are going to be under hips. You can have tops of your feet on the floor in the back, or if you like having toes in the floor, you can do that as well. We're going to go into some cat-cows by letting your belly fall. Just let that belly drop toward the floor. Think of Homer Simpson and the distended belly. Rounding your belly toward the floor, that in and of itself will make your back arch to go along with the belly. I'm trying to let the arch be in the middle of my back. Crown of my head and tailbone go up toward the ceiling. Kind of exaggeratedly pushing them up as my belly is just relaxing and falling. Exhale and arch. Bring your back, middle of your back up toward the ceiling. Tucking chin in towards my chest, and hips are moving forward a little bit. So I try to get the middle of my back as high as possible. I'm holding for a breath or two in each direction here. We're going to start to move with our breath. Inhale and belly falls. Exhale and arch. Inhale and belly falls. Exhale and arch. One more time in each direction. Inhale, belly falls. Exhale and arch. Come back to neutral. Toes push into the floor and hips come up, downward dog. And we'll start to flow just a little bit. It's going to be nice and slow, and it'll be very simple moves, and we'll repeat them. For this downward dog, though, I want you to talk a little bit about posture. My hands are pressing down into the floor. The weight of my body, upper body, is pressing along the line where my fingers meet my palms. My index finger is pointing straight forward. And the eyes of my elbows, the internal socket part of my elbow, are facing each other. My hips are nice and high, and I'm pushing towards the wall behind me. And I'm letting my heels float down to the floor. Moving forward, I'm using small steps here and stepping forward all the way to the front. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Slowly coming up to stand. Head and neck are last to come up. And take arms overhead. Exhale and fold. And halfway lift. Length of your spine, base of your spine to the crown of your head. Think strong and tall. Exhale and fold. Hands come down. One foot steps back. Other foot will follow it. Elbows staying nice and close. And lower all the way to the floor. And coming out on my toes here at the bottom. And pushing up into that cobra. I'm pushing back to down dog. You can push straight back into toes and come up, or you can stay on knees and flex back and come up. And we're going to move forward. And if you find that you get impinged or you feel cramped up in this step forward, bring a knee down to the floor, step the other foot forward, and just stand up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And coming up to stand. For you practicing yogis and anybody that has a more advanced practice, if it's in your practice to hop, float, or glide forward and back in those transitions, feel free. I'm not going to demonstrate those today. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands come down. One foot steps back and the other follows. Lower until you get to chaturanga, which is about an inch off the floor, and roll out on your toes. And up into cobra. Push back to down dog. And move forward. And halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Coming up to stand. We're just repeating these motions. Nice and slow. Nice and smooth. A little bit of movement. A little bit of stretch. A little bit of strength. A little bit of core, but it's repetitive. You don't have to think about it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Hands come down. I like to alternate feet. And then the other one follows it. Lower at chaturanga, toes, up to cobra. Back to down dog. And move forward. And halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming up to stand. Take arms overhead. Exhale and fold. And halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One foot, other foot, lower, out on toes, up for cobra, back to down dog, and move forward. We're going to do 3 more of those, and then we'll meet up in child's pose, and I'll cue you into that. Exhale, fold forward. Coming up to stand, take arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One foot back, other foot follows. Lower, chaturanga, cobra, down dog. Move forward. That's 1. We got 2 more. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Coming up to stand, take arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Exhale, fold. 1 back, other follows. Lower, out on toes. Inhale up for cobra. Back to down dog. Move forward, that's 2. And halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming up to stand, take arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hands come down, one foot back, other foot follows, lower on toes, up for cobra. We're gonna come back onto our knees. We're gonna take knees wide and our toes will be touching. And upper body just comes down towards the floor. And smoothing out your breath. Breathing in, filling up. Let your body use all that air. And complete exhale. Smoothing it out, breathing in, filling up, complete exhale, pushing it out. I'm trying to smooth it. I'm trying to get rid of the choppiness in my breath. Smoothing it out so that I feel like I have all the time in the world for an inhale. And just as much time for an exhale. Take a nice deep inhale. Breathe in through your nose. Fill up. Fill as full as you can fill. Let your body use all that air and expel it out of your mouth as forcefully as you can. And then coming up to all fours. Toes press into the floor. Hands are under your shoulders, knees under hips, toes into the floor. Hips come up, downward dog. And move forward. We're going to move into a couple of warrior series. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Slowly coming up to stand, one vertebra at a time. I'm going to turn to the other side so I can see all of you out there in YouTube land. Reach arms overhead on your inhale. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Right foot is going to step back. Right foot, right heel drops down to the floor. My foot just rotates. Hands come forward and up. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana is the Sanskrit term for warrior. Virabhadrasana 1. My fingers are really plugged in up here toward the ceiling. Shoulders are down away from ears. Knee is bent in the front. I'm pushing into the blade, the outer edge, the blade of this back foot. That pushing into the blade instead of rolling in on the arch. Pushing into the blade helps your hips turn so that your hips are facing more towards the front, towards the wall that you're facing. Belly is pulled in. We're going to flow through. Hands cartwheel down, leg goes back, lower, same flow we did before. Inhale up for cobra, exhale back to down dog, and move forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming up to stand. Take arms overhead, nice deep inhale. Since we all need balance, just like the rest of the world, anything we do on one side, we'll do on the other. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands come down. Step that left foot back. And let that heel fall to the floor. Hands come forward and up. Fingers are plugged in. Shoulders are down. Pushing into the blade of that back foot. And the front knee is bent. And I'm trying to get these hips, trying to get my hips turned to the wall that I'm facing. Hands cartwheel forward, leg goes back. Lower. Inhale up for cobra. Push back to down dog. And move forward. We'll do warrior one. And we'll transition that right into a warrior two. From forward fold, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming up to stand, take arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Remember that half lift cue is 1 to breathe and 2 to strengthen your spine. So when you go into the next fold, it's always half lift and then fold again. Back is fairly flat. A lot of stretch here in these big muscles in the leg. Hands are down, right foot steps back. Right heel drops, hands forward and up. Warrior one, like we just did. But here we're going to open to warrior two. Upper body turns to the right and arms drop forward and back. Shoulders are stacked over hips. If you have a mirror or if you have a way, just look down. My fairly stacked shoulders over hips. Try not to lean forward. Try not to lean back. Pushing into the blade of that back foot's a little easier when we have this warrior two because your hips are off at a natural angle. Gaze over your front ring finger and feel like someone's stretching you from side to side, arm, hand to arm, hand. Belly is pulled in. That knee is soft. As long as it's soft, it can be fairly tall, or you can be deeper in that lunge stance. You just want to be strong in your warrior bases. We're going to transition back to warrior two. Right hand comes forward. To warrior one. And then hands come forward, leg goes back. So we just went from warrior one into two and then back out to one. Inhale up for cobra. Push back to down dog. And move forward. And then we'll do the other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming up to stand, take arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine. And fold. Left foot back, heel goes down. Hands forward and up. Virabhadrasana one. Only to transition into two. Upper body turns to the left, reaching forward and back. Gaze over that front ring finger. Still pushing blade of the back foot. Feel like you're stretching your mat from front to back. Feel long, feel strong. This backhand comes forward, out of two, back into warrior one. Hands come forward, leg goes back. And lower. Inhale up to cobra. And back to down dog. And move forward. We're going to do those again. Warrior one, two. We're going to add a reverse. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming up to stand, take arms overhead. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands are down. Right foot steps back. Heel drops down. Warrior one. Open to two. Very nice out there. We're going to go into reverse by reaching forward. Reach as far as you can reach Flip that front palm and then sweep it back across your ceiling or the sky. Take this right hand and get it out of the way. Put it behind your back. Front knee stays bent. Tendency is to want to straighten that leg as you're reaching back. Keep that knee bent. Still into the blade of that right foot. Your face holds tension in this pose too. Your face isn't helping you stand here, so let the face go and smile. Back to warrior two. Back to warrior one. Cartwheel hands, leg goes back. We'll do the other side and lower. Inhale up for cobra. Push back to down dog. Move forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And coming up to stand. Take arms overhead. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back. Heel goes down. Warrior one. Right into two. Reach forward, flip that palm, sweep it back. Left hand is out of the way. Right knee stays bent. Push into the blade of the left foot. And smile. Back to warrior two. Go back to warrior one. And hands come forward, leg goes back. And lower. Inhale up for cobra. Back to down dog. And move forward. We're going to add triangle pose and warrior three. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming up to stand, take arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Same moves we just did. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, hands down, right foot back, right heel down. Warrior one, hands forward and up. Spiral open to warrior two. Reach forward, flip that palm, sweep it back, reverse. Come back to warrior two, arms. Straighten the front leg. Reach forward, but this time, you're just going to drop the left hand down towards your foot or towards your shin as your right hand goes toward the ceiling. So that tilt has a tendency to stretch this right side of your body and crunch the left side. I want to try to open that up so that feel the skin on both sides. It should be kind of similar. You don't want to feel all crinkly on this side and all stretched out on this one. Even if that makes you come real tall, hand at knee, that's fine. And from here, just work on keeping this core engaged and lowering maybe. Maybe you go part way. Maybe go all the way. And coming back up. We're going to come back to warrior one. Hand comes forward. Front knee is bent. Upper body leans forward, and we're going to go into warrior three. I'm going to have to bounce this right foot forward because I've gotten stretched out here. Bounce, bounce. Raise that right leg. Hands come out and up. And then just lower, nice and soft. Coming back down into forward fold. And we'll do all that on the other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And coming up to stand. Take arms overhead. Exhale and fold. Let's take a couple of breaths. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more, and then we'll move through this pretty quick. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands down, left foot back, heel down, warrior one. Right into two. Reach forward, flip it back, reverse. Come back to warrior two, arms. Straighten the front leg. We're going to reach forward and then tilt. Check that body. Feel the crunch and the stretch. Try to get them equal. Again, even if you come much higher in that stance. And then try to keep the posture as you settle down a little lower. You're trying to keep the integrity of this triangle right here. Hip, knee, armpit, shoulder. Come back up. Warrior 2, bending the knee. Hand comes forward, Warrior 1. Upper body leans forward. Coming into Warrior 3, raising the left leg. And lower. Hands come down, knees come down. So we're going to transition on to our backs. If you have ceiling lights, now's a good time to dim them down a little bit. Laying down, prone, left leg is flat, and bring the right knee in towards your chest. You can interlace fingers and hold that knee. Give it a nice little hug. And smoothing out the breath again. We're going to switch legs. Release the right leg goes up, out. If you have a tight lower back, you can keep this leg, the free leg, bent a little bit with sole of the foot on the floor. If your lower back is fine, you can have the leg straight and hug that left knee in. Bring the right knee back up, hand on each knee, and rotate knees and hips around in a circle. You want to massage your lower back down into the floor or the mat at the bottom of each circle. Just relaxing and releasing and breathing and feeling at ease. In reverse direction with those circles. Release those knees, bring the soles of your feet down to the floor. Feet are out pretty wide here, edge of your mat or maybe a little wider. Hands are down on the floor. I like palms up. I like to feel the energy around me. The earth and the world is full of energy. It's always around. If you just quiet your mind a little bit, you can feel that energy. I usually feel it through tingly little sensations in my body. It's not like lightning bolts or anything. It's just a nice little tingly feeling. And letting my knees go side to side, windshield wipering knees. Lower back nice and loose. I'm trying to get to where my knees will go pretty far over to the side, and I'm trying to hold this lagging hip down toward the floor so it doesn't come up quite as high. You're going back and forth. Deep breath should be nice and smooth by now. Pretty relaxed. We're going to move into Shavasana here in a couple of seconds. And then bring your knees back up into the air. Soles of your feet are going to stay on the floor this evening for Shavasana. Again, I like palms up. You can have palms down if you like to feel just a little more grounded. You can feel energy coming from the floor. You can have hands on your body if you like to feel a little more centered. It's nice to hold hand over belly and hand to your heart and just feel your prana, your body's energy, just feel it coursing through your body in the form of pulse, heartbeat, breath. It's prana, life force, life energy, basically just what keeps you going. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice and smooth breath. It doesn't matter if it's true. Got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. There'll be my treasure forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. And this music all of a sudden went all upbeat. So we're going to use that to our advantage, and we're going to start to move a little bit here, moving knees, moving shoulders, moving head and neck. Just gentle movements, just maybe feel a little bit of the music beat there. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again. And then we're going to roll on to one side, cradling your head so your neck isn't craning. Just a nice little nap position here. Take a deep inhale through your nose and push the air out through your mouth. I want to take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna get you. And then easing your way back up to easy seated Sukhasana, cross leg. We're gonna keep our eyes closed, hands at heart center. Gonna take a nice deep inhale through your nose, breathe in, fill up, and sigh it out. Breathe in, fill up, sigh it out. Be safe, be at peace, be well, and be happy. Namaste.